It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Titans. Next on Madden NFL 22.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development. But he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can... The game on his shoulders.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Derrick Henry shreds him with his, and shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Let's go, baby.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And Caleb Farley there on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but...
And this is caught, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this. I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
65 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He gets away from one. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Let's go. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Hurts to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Jacobs now. And here he'll get it down to the 7. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Oh, the sneak, it's Hurts. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
These two teams all tied after 1. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. First and goal, Drake. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the
and picking up the 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, down at the 31. Now it's Tannehill. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Line of scrimmage, the 9, 2nd and about a yard. Now a handoff to Henry. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a 1st. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, that was big right there, because they're the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Evans. Give him 4 on the carry there, and 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Evans again. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Titans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll try and run for it. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't it? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Play after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Got a man in he hits him in stride. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Tannehill on first down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Corey Littleton in there to bury him for a loss of 11. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Hurts. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the football team who get the victory at home. Rashad Penny, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Dalvin Cook, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they too have had a lot of success running the football, as both of these teams have really used their offensive lines to great advantage. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And with flags down, he's up near the 40. But it looks like this one might be coming back. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jeffrey Simmons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They're going to look to throw. And Waller taking it in over the middle. 40 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit. Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This will be caught by Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
We have seen this before. And we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Right back to Drake. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Go to work, y'all. Let's go. Get in there and get what you want, boy. You ain't going to burn me.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On first down, Drake. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Tamu. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. A slant to Jones. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
You got it. You got it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Tannehill. That's into the hands of Fitzpatrick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast, where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. They went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
From the 24, Ta'amu. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Now Ta'amu. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
On the option, here's Drake.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Ta'amu will look to pass. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And the Raiders first down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a handoff for Drake. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Drake one more time on 2nd down. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. To throw is Tannehill. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Fielded at the 20. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Raiders. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Cox, 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And on Las Vegas, first down.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, it's Cox. And he gets it down to the 32. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Cox. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Cox. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. The gun, he'll hand this off. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Las Vegas, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Titans,
this loss will mean they finish the season on the wrong side of 500 at 8-9.
And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end.